Hello, Ghost Traders. My name is Angelique with Ghost Trades, and it's time for your market update for October 15th, 2023. Now, on Monday, if you didn't pay attention over the weekend, you woke up here in the US to find out about the Israel-Hamas war that began on Saturday, and it continues. It is the biggest news this week as entirely too much senseless human tragedy is currently taking place. This will potentially trigger an increase in the market volatility going forward. Now, the bond market was closed Monday for Columbus Day, and there were no reports that came out Monday or Tuesday. However, the benchmark 10-year Treasury yield lifted the stock futures when it came out at 4.659%, which was down at 12 basis points. Wednesday's producer price index, month over month, came in at 0.5%, which was better than its forecasted 0.3%, but worse than its previous 0.7%. Also, the core producer price index month over month came in at 0.3%, which is also higher than its forecasted 0.2%. It looks like high energy prices is what affected those PPI numbers, but that will probably correct itself next month. Now, additionally, on Wednesday, the FOMC meeting minutes came in, and the Fed's tone seems to be shifting a bit. And instead of focusing on potentially hiking, it looks like they're now focusing on how long to hold policy restrictive rates, as the minutes from September show policymakers feel rates should stay high for a while. Now, on Thursday, the consumer price index rate held steady at 3.7%. However, the reality of inflation is probably over 4 times as much. Now, the core consumer price index month over month, which excludes food and energy, ticked down to 4.1% from its previous 4.3%. And unemployment claims came in unchanged at 209,000, even though it was forecasted at 211,000. On Friday, the import price index month over month was forecasted to stay the same at 0.6%. However, it came in a very low 0.1%. Now, as for earnings season is just starting up again. And while we had nothing on Monday, Tuesday, PepsiCo kicked off the new season with a bit better earnings numbers than expected, and nothing again on Wednesday. And then Thursday had Delta Airlines and Fastenal having earnings slightly above expected. Domino's Pizza's earnings were well above expected, and Walgreens came in below expectations. Finally, on Friday, JP Morgan Chase and Wells Fargo kicked off the bank earnings, and joining them were BlackRock, Citigroup, and PNC Financial, and all had earnings well above expected, while Progressive and United Health had earnings just slightly above expected. As for next week, just to name a few, we have Charles Schwab on Monday. Tuesday brings us Bank of America, Goldman, JB Hunt, Johnson & Johnson, Lockheed Martin, and United Airlines. Wednesday, we have Discover, Equifax, Morgan Stanley, Netflix, Procter & Gamble, State Street, Tesla, and US Bancorp. On Thursday, we have American Airlines, Fifth Third Bank, Philip Morris, AT&T, Truist, and Union Pacific. And finally, on Friday, we have American Express. Now, overall, there is a ton of geopolitical uncertainty at the moment, and that's reflecting in the markets as well, as it rallied Monday through Wednesday, then gave back half its gains by Friday. The rest of the month is bullish, however, at least from a seasonal perspective anyway. And also, just a side note, right now, more so than in over 30 years, the S&P 500 is extremely concentrated, with the 10 largest stocks making up over 30% of the index. So keep in mind, it's incredibly important to stay diversified. Now, on the political front, we currently still don't have a Speaker of the House since McCarthy got ousted. So let's see what this week brings us. And lastly, strategic petroleum reserves continue to drastically decline. As of midweek, we only had 17 days worth of oil left. Well, Ghost Traders, that's it for this week. As always, get organized in life surrounding your trading, stay safe in the markets by using good money management practices, and please make sure that you stay connected with us, your trading community, if you have any questions, and we will see you on our live sessions. And until then, Happy trading.